¿De qué estábamos hablando ahorita?
Cogimos muchas tangentes ahorita. We talked about true friends. We talked about how every day tienen como que diferentes pruebitas.
I want to dissect that about you.
Okay.
Because I sort of came to a close realization que maybe no cada día tiene que ser una prueba. O si lo miras como que sí tiene que ser una prueba, no, en verdad no es como una prueba que tienes que pasar. Como que, no sé si has visto Atlanta, pero el líder del final episode tiene una línea que un actor dice que es como que la vida no es una batalla, sino un baile. ¿Verdad?
Like that.
Y también pues Kanye dice lo mismo, como que everybody's living like life is a test and you can't fail. So, por eso I wanted to dissect that, porque en verdad I don't agree with that.
Pues mira, yo pienso que true, como que pensarle que todos los días tienes una prueba, but that would mean que quote unquote you would aspire a todos los días ser productivo. Y I don't agree with that either. Pero I do believe que ahora bien, no sé si esto es para mí porque yo escogí este camino o esto es algo que todo el mundo le pasa y no todo el mundo está como que aware of it, pero yo pienso que todos los días we get to be better than who we were yesterday. Y siento que considering que esta vida es como un jueguito, como you could call it game, a simulation, you could call it como que like como hasta un sueño maybe, pero considerando eso, I do feel que todo pasa por algo. Even like the slightest details. Es como que si un lagartijo pasa por el frente mío and that might not be como que significant para ti, pero maybe
Y cabrón,
como...
la silla partiéndose, cabrón.
Yeah, fuck yeah, cabrón. Como que, I mean, no te puedo decir que surge al partir de eso ahora mismo, pero I mean, it doesn't even have to have a meaning for you. It can maybe have it for me, or maybe it could pop up in a week from now. Pero I feel que detallitos bien pequeñitos que mostly we pasamos por desapercibido, ¿verdad? Como que no los tomamos en consideración, pues son importantes and you should, like, como que darte cuenta que cada día te va a ofrecer mini detallitos así que you can actually use to, like, analyze y ser mejor. Como que no sé cuál es la escala para ser mejor, porque hace que como que un poquito filosófico.
Volviendo
¿verdad?
a lo que estábamos diciendo, como que ser mejor en base de que en base de las opiniones de los demás, porque como que como alguien crea el estándar de ser mejor, como que separando la religión.
Maybe who you were yesterday, como que en comparación contigo mismo, because like, como que es verdad, compararse con los demás eso es súper malo, but I do believe que tú puedes decir como que hace una semana I would have responded to this situation very differently, y como que having a positive sense of what you would have said versus what you did, en verdad I think that's growth. Como que pensar en como que la semana pasada I got really triggered by this, y por ser consciente de esto, en like coger cada día como que por las pruebitas que me dieron para like keep moving hacia... Sorry man, se me fue el hilo ahí.
No, you good off that, dude.
Pero verdad, como que...
Aquí no hay hilos, cabrón.
Yeah. Que siento que como que puedo approach esta conversación mejor. Ajá, ver. So, okay. Call it as it is. Tú te despiertas todos los días and it's like a brand new day donde tú no sabes que van a, like, muchas de las cosas que van a pasar. Entonces como que yo siento que todas esas cosas que tú no puedes predecir, they could have like different messages ocultos, o not even messages, pero they could be messages, they could be como que señales o cosas que te hagan a ti mismo reflexionar, que es like, como te dije, como que aquí pasa un lagartijo por frente y a mí no me va a causar los mismos pensamientos que a ti, so maybe I needed to see ese lagartijo, y ese lagartijo maybe como que me hace llegar a una conclusión sobre esta batalla personal que yo estaba teniendo como que like maybe a few days back. So yeah, como que I do believe que toda la vida pues son un montón de pruebitas, y if you are someone who aspires to be better every day, pues como que tú puedes usar esas pruebitas para ser mejor que el tu anterior.
Y, ok. Pero en verdad, maybe, vamos a intentar de dissectar. ¿Tú piensas que maybe la palabra pruebita puede ser intercambiada con como que lección?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Claro.
Right, porque es que volviendo a lo mismo como que... Cabrón, en la escuela como que... Las pruebas siempre... acuérdate que como que esa programación que te meten desde primaria, desde que te meten de high school, like... Esa programación que te meten, zoom in on me. Listen, esa programación que te meten desde temprano, cabrón, es como... Una manera de aplicar tu estudio al resto de tu vida. Entonces uno piensa que si uno no estudia o en sí aprende o entiende o mejor coge consejos de alguien más para poder ser alguien exitoso en la vida, lo ven como un fracaso. Y lo que no enseñan lo suficiente en la escuela o en general en la vida es que fracasar no es malo.
Fuck yeah, definitivamente.
You can zoom out now.
Pues yo estoy súper de acuerdo con eso y en verdad me gusta un montón haber sacado ese tema. Because like life, school, te mete muchas cosas en la cabeza que no necesariamente pues como que are gonna push you towards being authentic. Because I feel como que the authentic way of being a better person every day involucra fracaso y no solamente eso, involucra un tempo de aprendizaje diferente que el de todo el mundo. Whereas in school, it's like you have a month to know everything you need to know for this test and then we're going to grade you and we're going to tell you like whether or not you're a failure compared to these other children. Pero ¿verdad? Como que life doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's like a fucking leaderboard because although it's like you shouldn't share your grade, como que tus panas siempre y la gente siempre va a estar anunciando
claro.
Las notas que sacan.
Entonces como que en base a eso también te tratan diferente. Because like teachers always have their favorite student, por más que quieran decir que no. Teachers are gonna have always as a student que como que no le van a prestar tanta atención because like maybe he's not as dedicated in the subject the teacher is teaching. So, ¿verdad? Cuando tú sales de estos paradigmas que como que la vida te mete, que son la escuela, que un paréntesis, por eso estoy loco por graduarme, porque like then again cuando me gradúe pues como que ya por fin no tengo un standard set of rules de como que cómo uno debe pensar, vivir o like existir en este planeta. Pero ajá, como que cuando tú sales de esas reglas, you realize life can be exactly como la escuela if you follow the system, or it can be like this whole new reality of options, que es como que the randomness, no, como que hay una palabra bien fina para eso, pero ajá, el que la vida te traiga cosas que tú nunca te imaginarías. Como que, I mean, fuck, hace menos de par de días, yo no sabía que íbamos a estar aquí sentados.
Yeah, I literally texted you like 2 days ago, a day ago.
Y aquí estamos. Entonces, pensándolo bien, that's more accurate of what life really is. Versus como que school is like due dates. Actually, como que, nada, me viene un tema bien bueno por ahorita, pero like, ahorita te quiero preguntar, what's your perception of time? Pero ajá.
I was gonna get into that.
Pues, that's a really, really deep topic as well. Pero quiero como que terminar esto de la...
Yeah.
So, la escuela literally pushes us por unos fences que es como que mi hermano le gusta referirse a esto como las vaquitas. So, you know how cows...
El matadero.
No, bueno, that's a good reference as well, but
finish your thought, yeah.
You know how cows, como que, por ejemplo, hay un cercado donde están todas las vaquitas, entonces they're gonna stay there until abran un boquete por la puerta y por donde pase la primera vaquita, all the rest are gonna go behind. Because they're not gonna think como que, qué sé yo, there's maybe another way out. They're just gonna go por detrás de donde lo hizo la primera persona. Entonces, pues como que nosotros como seres humanos, la escuela nos enseña a ser vaquitas, nos enseña a hacer que, mira, como que lo que él hizo es lo que yo tengo que hacer, por consecuencia como que, if not, I'm gonna be a failure. Because, de nuevo, ese concepto de being a failure, de, te entregué un papel que tiene una F, ese trauma, ese like, all that.
Yo lloré, cabrón.
Bro, it's like serious.
Como que think it's like the end of the world.
Yeah, y entonces como que, then again, nos da esta postura súper mala hacia cómo enfrentarnos a retos, porque then if you get an F, then para el próximo examen, yeah, entonces you're gonna be all like stressed out para el próximo examen because there's the possibility of getting an F. Versus que como que when you go against challenges in life, you shouldn't be afraid of getting an F. Because, like, F's in life, como que si tú sacaste una F en tu vida, en algo de tu vida, en un proyecto, algo que tú estás haciendo, you're actually growing more. Como que like, en la vida no se supone que todas las veces saques A. You're supposed to fail.
You're gonna get all the letters.
Yeah, exacto. Como que...
The only time you fail is when it's over. When you
And it's kind of sad que como que mira cómo estamos hablando de esto en base de letters, because it's the system that we were brought upon. Pero yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, como que... Ajá. Pero en la vida, you're not gonna always get A's. Y you're supposed to get B's, C's, D, and F's. Y como que... Thing is que en la escuela
Todos los
no.
sabores.
En la escuela no. En la escuela you're just pushed to like, either you get an A or you're a fucking failure. Entonces después vas a tener que either repetir o coger verano. Entonces son todas estas consecuencias que as a kid, it's like the polar opposite de lo que un kid se supone que está haciendo. ¿Por qué? Porque I've always thought que el proceso de aprendizaje con un maestro, it should be co-created. El aprendizaje debe ser co-creado. Es decir, yo como maestro te ayudo a aprender las cosas que ya tú quieres aprender. Pero
debe ser más esperando el input de la otra persona. Por eso cuando, expandiendo en este tema, lo que tú estabas diciendo del sistema escolar, yo pienso que mejora cuando el salón se convierte más pequeño. Cuando hay menos personas en el salón, uno logra tener una mejor conexión con el maestro. Y si el maestro es bueno, cabrón, el maestro va a hacer la clase interactiva. Hasta el más bruto y el más vago va a aprender. Bro, porque yo era el más bruto y el más vago. Cabrón, y aprendí un poquito.
I can fucking relate, man. Y la cosa es que, if you go hacia qué es lo que ha sido un salón de clase, for the past 100 years, it's been the same thing. A whiteboard, niño en un pupitre, where you raise your hand when you want to speak, que en verdad, it's a very inefficient system, cabrón, porque thoughts are not como que, like, ahora mismo tú y yo estamos hablando, y yo tengo un really good thought, yo no tengo que...
¿Me das permiso de hablar?
Can I go to the bathroom? Cabrón,
Teaching should be like a conversation.
Teaching should be like a conversation where you get to like expose como que, obviously como que, ajá, yo no puedo hablar por encima de ti, pero you can have 6 people, 10 people, like
exchanging thoughts.
Exchanging thoughts,
There's a difference between a lecture and a teaching. Teaching should be something that's actually just like a conversation.
Cabrón.
A lecture is literally, it's in the name. Like you're gonna sit there and you're gonna listen to this person talk about a specific topic.
Nunca había llegado a esa conclusión. Y es verdad, es como que like a lecture es todo lo que nos dan. Entonces como que lectures no fomentan el que yo te dé a ti mi input sobre lo que está pasando. It's just what you're telling me. Entonces como que si tú te has fijado, it's basically really fucking hard desafiar un profesor o un maestro. ¿Por qué? Porque all the kids are afraid de desafiarlo. ¿Por qué? Porque if you do that, you're gonna be like the dumb one, or you're gonna be como que el que puedes como que si el profesor te está diciendo a ti que tú estás mal, todo el mundo va a pensar que tú estás mal. Entonces como que, cabrón,
me ha pasado 1000 veces.
It's not supposed to be like that. Como que si hay algo que fomenta aprendizaje, es que tú des como que...
You gotta challenge those thoughts.
Exacto, que tú choques con los pensamientos que está dando el profesor. So then again, como que, like, education no solamente nos limita en los aspectos de cómo nosotros nos comportamos como personas, nos limita en el sentido de que we set unos paradigmas de cómo nosotros tenemos que vivir nuestra vida, que los aplicamos para todo lo demás, like everything, como que todo, ¿verdad?
You gotta challenge those thoughts, bro, because if you don't, then it's just like things are the way they are just because they're that, and then nothing gets challenged, and then authority doesn't get questioned. If authority doesn't get questioned, that's tyranny. Yo, check out this sick clip. Shout out to at one time we were talking about Frankenstein, which is a really good book. Book. I don't give a shit. I can't remember. The difference is we were exploring and comparing and contrasting determinism with free will.
What's determinism?
Determinism is everybody's actions are already determined because of the way that they grew up.
Huh.
Right? So, and I do believe in determinism. I don't really believe in free will. Pero I remember we were challenging those thoughts in the classroom, and she probably knows the answer because it's a book that's been studied gazillions of times, but she wasn't instantly telling anybody in the classroom like you're wrong. She was a teacher who would basically like put something out there in the in the classroom, and it's like you guys discuss it, and I'm not telling you guys the answer because it's more about exploring the possibilities and us coming to the answer on our own, and she's just guiding us.
Fuck yeah, because like al final del día it's all theories. Como que like
There's only one absolute truth.
¿Cómo así?
There's only one absolute truth, and the rest of it is perception. Because
do you believe that absolute truth exists?
Yeah. Reality, nature doesn't give a shit about you, and time doesn't give a shit about you. Como que if a tree, like if this tree fucking falls here, it doesn't matter if we're sitting here or not. It's still gonna decide to fall there. That's the absolute truth. That's the absolute reality. It doesn't matter how sad and depressed you are, how happy and joyful you are. Time keeps moving on and reality keeps moving on. That's the absolute truth.
No, eso es cierto. Pero do you believe there's absolute truth in como que por ejemplo esos temas de como que like Frankenstein, like determinismo versus como
no,
que...
because the rest is perception. So going back to quantum physics, there needs to be an observer. And we all have different types of observation. I was speaking to this with my homie at fucking 3 a.m. at a Burger King. And he was explaining to me this theorem. I forgot who did it, but it's basically like, aquí tú tienes una persona como a 10 millas de distancia, tiene una persona bien cerca y aquí hay un tren. Entonces,
vuelve, perdón.
Ok, so tú tienes un tren y tú tienes una persona bien cerca del tren, como a fucking
5 feet.
Un poquito. Let's give him some space. We don't want him to die.
Yeah.
Like 20 feet.
20 feet.
And then you have somebody like 10 miles down. They're both looking at the train, right? But the train has two lights. Tiene una luz al frente y una luz atrás. Cuando el tren pasa, la persona que está más cerca va a ver una luz primero y después va a ver la última luz. Pero la persona que está más lejos va a ver ambas luces a la misma vez, right?
Yeah.
So that's an absolute truth. And the whole thing is the train will always have those two lights on, but what changes is the perception. What changes is the observation. So whenever you were asking me that, if there's an absolute truth with topics of those nature, but no, there is no absolute truth because it just comes down to observation. And specifically when it comes to art, the artist might have a meaning predetermined, a meaning that was built around the idea, or an idea built around the meaning. But I believe true art is perceived by the viewer and the meaning that the viewer attaches to the art. Because if the artist tells you what it means, it loses the whole point of it. Art is exploration. So in any, like whenever you're being spoon-fed information, that can't be art. That's why I don't consider any like popular like media to be art.
Me gusta eso. I feel que como que estoy parcialmente de acuerdo con ese argumento. ¿Por qué? Porque como que if you were going to study like history of art, como que say, I don't know, ¿verdad? I'm not much of the consumer de like arte, pero artists do diaries and they do like como que journals que point towards their definition of what they're painting, pero then again, poniendo eso con el ejemplo del tren, that's their perception. Pero is the perception of the creator more accurate or valuable than the perception of the one who's no,
absolutely not. Art is meant to be perceived, and going back to what you're saying, the art should be separated from the artist. Some people might not agree with what Kanye's saying, but they can't disagree that his music is definitely good. The art should be separated from the artist, and it should be at face value.
Porque why should art be separated from the artist?
Because it is... Because it's creation. It should be at face value. Like, if I showed you a fucking painting that Hitler did, but I didn't tell you it was Hitler, and you say you like it, and then I'm like, oh, lol, that was Hitler, are you gonna stop liking it?
I'm probably gonna think about it differently, but I would like como que that information, como que to cast my final judgment upon it.
Yeah, but again, absolute reality doesn't matter if you know the information or not. it was what it was, and you said what you said. You said you liked it. Like, some person might like an R. Kelly song and they don't know what R. Kelly has done.
Okay, pero verdad, I don't believe it was absolute truth in that moment in time porque no sabía todo lo que...
No, it is absolute truth because the art was good. Whether or not you like the person and the person's beliefs.
Pero my perception of it, was it absolute truth antes de yo saber que Hitler did the drawing?
No, that's not what I'm saying is... How can I phrase this? What I'm saying is... Your reality was... This painting is good.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not you knew Hitler did it or didn't do it, he already did it.
Yeah.
So you already said it was good.
Yeah.
You already know it's good. So your opinion shouldn't change.
I mean...
It's scary.
No, full, pero es como decir... So, yo te di una empanadilla a ti de ratón. Y yo te digo como que, hacho, pruébate esto. Y tú dices, ya, esta empanadilla está hija de puta, sabe cabrona. Pero entonces después, como que after you like fucking enjoy that empanadilla del fondo de tu corazón, te digo, eso era de ratón. I think you're entitled to change your opinion.
Was it good?
Fuck it, no, like...
It was good, so I can't change my opinion. Tú me puedes dar un pincho de iguana, me dices que es un pincho de cerdo, un pincho de pollo, cabrón. Yo me lo como, si después me dices... Fue mala mía no haberte preguntado de qué era.
Maybe como que you're not changing your opinion and based on the flavor. Maybe you're changing your opinion on whether it's hygienic or not.
I hope he was hygienic. If I get diarrhea, I'm like, it tasted good.
Por eso, pero entonces...
But it fucked me up. Dude, for real, if it tasted good, I'm never gonna be like, damn, that don't taste good no more.
No, full, pero como que your opinion would change because in the future you would be more or less inclined to eat it, whether or not if you knew what it was made of. Like if you were to have esa empanadilla de nuevo en el futuro, and you didn't know it was made out of rat, you would.
Yeah, I feel like. But I feel like it's separate though. I feel like your opinion of the flavor wouldn't change, but your opinion overall would.
Yeah,
I do agree with that.
But entonces that's the same with art.
No, because the liking of it is the same, but the overarching opinion changes.
Yeah, but in art, when you see art, you don't judge it just because of what you're watching of the visual.
We're visual creatures. Yeah, I feel like first impressions are super important.
That's true. Pero como que as well as in people, first impressions don't grasp todo lo que es la persona. When you look at art and you say I like it de primera instancia, it doesn't like that's not. Eso no abarca la totalidad de lo que es el arte. Yo pienso que that's what it is. A first opinion. You're gonna see it and you're gonna say, okay, de primera instancia I like the colors.
So you
I
think
like
it's ever changing?
For sure. Because like el mismo cuadro yo lo puedo ver 3 días y tener tres opiniones diferentes. O ver 3 cosas diferentes que no vi la primera vez.
Damn, that is true.
Because like, como que, yeah, that's why like museums are so valuable. Porque como que yo puedo ir a ver la Mona Lisa 30 veces y 30 veces le voy a sacar detallitos diferentes. So, I do believe que the absolute truth como que de el cuadro must have upon itself all the details que rodean la elaboración del cuadro. Like, if I were to have como que, por ejemplo, un cuadro de las meninas, ponle, y suddenly en el 2023 encontraron un diario de no sé quién carajo pintó las meninas y dice que como que el significado que tiene las meninas es y ese significado batallaba todas las teorías que antes habían creado. Now I'm gonna have a totally different take upon that painting, pero the visual nunca cambió.
Exacto. So you can still agree that it's good, but it's gonna leave a sour taste.
Maybe not como que like a taste or a sour taste, pero como que maybe me va a llevar por diferentes trenes de pensamiento, which I do think it's the final end de cualquier obra de arte, que es ponerte a pensar.
Yeah, that's why I feel like the best art is that which is not explained. Como que fucking Childish Gambino drops a fucking This Is America, never explained it.
No.
And everybody has different fucking theories. And
That's true.
Childish
Como fucking-
Gambino's "This Is America" is a double-edged sword. If you really watch that video, people say it's about racism, but really it's about black-on-black crime.
En verdad nunca le he puesto mucho ojo a ese video. Como que le he escuchado la canción, pero no...
And the
No
song
sabía-
too,
no
the
sab-
song too, yeah.
No sabía como que el significado detrás de eso. I do know, Mira,
You were gonna expand on something.
Sí, de eso, okay, have you seen The Joker?
Yeah, which one?
The Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
The latest one, pues como que al final nunca lo explican. Como que
Yeah.
all the movie is not explained. Y...
Those are the best ones.
Yeah, those are the fucking best ones. I can agree on that porque...
Because you're not spoon-fed, this is what happened.
Yeah, como que el bueno le mete un puño al malo y el malo ganó, el malo perdió, so como que everybody's happy. No, like como que in that movie, you're still battling of whether or not you wanna attach yourself like a Joker, like emotionally. Como que whether or not you believe you can empathize with him or whether or not you think he's a serial killer. Como que y eso, like.
Do I believe in anarchism or not? Como que it just makes
Yeah.
you question.
Yeah.
It's the same
like,
with Batman too. That last one, the last Batman
Yeah.
movie that came out.
Creo que estuvo muy buena también.
Que era como que like everybody was mad, but it was like no. What the movie is depicting is that's like the earliest version of Batman. He's gonna be like that was like his arc. That was like Spider-Man
yeah.
holding the train.
Exacto.
That was like
Wow.
it's incredible because it's true.
Pues
We kind of agree to disagree on the whole artist separated from the art and that whole thing, but you did make my brain wrinkle because you definitely flipped that on itself.
Pues, como que I do believe que you get to separate it en cierto aspecto, like in the crude appreciation de like the art itself as a visual. Pero I don't think que tu opinión completa sobre una pieza de arte is based upon what you're seeing. Porque, pues como que, but yeah, it's not just a canvas.
You think
Como
there's
que-
more to it?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to it. Como que, like, whether or not there's information from the painter or artist, whether or not he had an intention, porque intention changes fucking everything in art. Cause like,
Yeah. But
uh,
super quick. I
Yeah.
feel like the reason why I disagree with that is because I feel like the art should speak for itself. Because let's say that an artist makes a painting anonymously.
okay,
There's no record of who that person was.
yeah.
So then how would that work there?
But es que that would be like a specific case of itself, porque como que then again, como los artes
The exception
pueden-
doesn't make the rule, exacto, pero...
Yeah, because like como que that doesn't discard itself as art, pero definitivamente would be analyzed differently as that piece of art que sí tiene como que información de backstory. Como que some people could argue whether or not esos tipos de arte sin contexto son más interesantes porque de nuevo como que abren más la posibilidad de diferentes puntos de vista.
Yeah.
Pero I do feel que se tienen que analizar diferente. Como que like it is importante tener el backstory si lo hay, y si no lo hay, pues como que you're just working with what's there. Pero
Exacto, you're just working with what's there because the artist is...
so mala mía, pero you believe that everybody should work with what's there even though that there's more to work with?
There should be enough. There should be enough for people to work with what's given, because you're leaving like a legacy to the world. And if all the historical records are like erased, that's gonna be the legacy.
Vente, Aro. Ven. El portón está cerrado, so whatever. Ajá.
That's all
But-
that's gonna be left.
I mean, pero if you consider like una clase de historia del arte, the notes que un artista deja sobre su cuadro are still part of the legacy.
Yeah, but
Como-
that's like extended. That's like the deluxe edition.
Yeah,
That's like
pero,
extended reading. That's
pero
like
entonces it's amazing when a piece of art has the deluxe edition, porque entonces te da
it's
so much-
wonderful to explore that. Yeah, but damn.
I feel que es parte, porque, but yeah, like, de primera instancia, it's like, okay, your experience going to a museum is going to be completely different. If you're guided by someone y te dicen como que, okay, this is what the author meant, and this is what's supposed to, que si vas solo y de verdad te das todo el espacio de, like, think on your, como que tu take de ese cuadro or whatnot. So, yeah. I feel it comes to preference. ¿A quién le gusta el...
Yeah, damn. Lo resumimos, it comes to preference. You either choose to separate the art from the artist or you don't.
Yeah, because, like, exacto, como que está quien le gusta el guided tour y está quien le gusta como que fucking, like, go on by himself y tener... Y then again, como que going on by yourself y tener como que tus propias teorías sin... darte la información en una cuchara es probably lo que más va a fomentar innovación o crecimiento. Because, like, you're not gonna think supposedly como que esa lata de Perrier es una obra de arte y como que a mí me dicen no, it has a bullet hole en este sitio y como que en otro.
There's still more to be done.
Yeah, como que si alguien me dice eso, pero entonces yo tengo todas estas perspectivas que maybe van en contra de lo que tú me estás diciendo, I'm never gonna express them porque ya tú me estás diciendo cómo es que es.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Again, goes back to spoon feeding, yeah.
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 Pues art, en verdad, yo siento que art es otra que you're not gonna have, like, a definite por eso es que te pregunté como que about, like, ¿cómo era que tú lo decías de about, like, the train and two lights? Como que la verdad absoluta.
Sí, la verdad absoluta es que el tren va a tener ambas luces. Lo que cambia es el observador, lo que cambia es la perspectiva y el que está más cerca va a ver una luz primero, pasa un tiempo, después ve la otra luz. Pero el que está más lejos va a ver ambas luces a la misma vez.
Yeah, that's true. Pero lo que estoy diciendo es que como que I don't think that actually applies to everything. Porque, like, I don't think you can have an absolute truth about art. Como que por más que tenga la...
No, I was using that to if I'm not mistaken, I was using that to talk about the absolute truth of time and nature.
Okay. Pues yeah, I do believe que exacto como que todas las cosas que están preestablecidas antes de que el ser humano existiera do have an absolute truth. Porque es como que what would be an absolute truth en este planeta es como que, pues si eliminas todos los seres humanos y como que volvemos a, like, maybe ages donde los humanos éramos monos y convivíamos como que con las otras especies del planeta, but that would be the absolute truth of nature porque no hay ninguna free will o conciencia del ser humano que esté interfiriendo con the natural path of absolute truth de la naturaleza. Pero yeah, I do believe que la naturaleza tiene un absolute truth.
Let's go into that right the fuck now.
Okay.
Do you believe in evolution?
Evolution?
You just said cuando éramos monos.
En verdad, cuando dijéramos monos, lo hacía más en referencia como que cuando éramos...
Neanderthals and shit?
Yeah, stuff like that. Pero, I mean, it's pretty close to a monkey.
Yeah. Unpack that, though. Do you believe in evolution?
Fuck yeah. Y pienso que como que... en verdad, mommy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, pero verdad, I do believe psychedelics have a really big impact on evolution.
Okay.
Como que I do believe in the, like... There's creo que es stoned ape theory, que es como que... like a gorilla, Neanderthal, como que estaba caminando por ahí, he saw some mushrooms, he ate it, entonces como que le dio, like, new levels of consciousness que antes no tenía.
Whoa.
Because, like, mushrooms es parte de la naturaleza, therefore they've been here since forever.
They probably forged some shit and they got high.
I mean, yeah, como que, because, like, en ese momento, it was all trial and error. Nadie te estaba diciendo, this mushroom's gonna kill you, this mushroom's not. So
fuck around and find out.
Yeah, como que it's pretty sad que maybe como que hubo un Neanderthal que duró 5 años y otro que duró 20 porque se comió el mushroom equivocado. Pero the one who ate the actual mushroom de la nada dijo, anda pa'l carajo, I can fucking use, like, this stone and, like, make fire. I can use, like, this and this. So, yeah, I do believe como que in evolution. Duro. So we were talking about, like, evolution. Y como que, like, the stoned ape theory de que era como que, like, apes o Neanderthals encontraron psychedelics, which do not necessarily have to be mushrooms. There's actually, like, a gazillion different types of psychedelics. Egyptians, they used the blue lotus flower. Los aztecas, los mayas. Toda esa gente de por allá tenía como que their psychedelic, que era exclusivamente... acorde a las cosas que ellos tenían available en sus terrenos.
Que yo me imagino que ellos ven. Porque lo que nosotros vemos hoy en día tiene que ver pues con lo que nosotros sabemos, pero allá antes, cabrón, sus trips son 1000 veces más fuertes que nosotros.
Es verdad. En verdad, I would imagine like them being really nature focused, como que ver muchos animales.
Cabrón.
Maybe that's why they have like gods de
Deities,
animales.
yeah.
Y como que that would make sense. Pero también sé que those people when they did psychedelics no es como que I'm gonna do like 0.3 grams of no, cabrón, they weigh you the whole fucking mushrooms y es como que trip out en una ceremonia bien
Fuleteado.
yeah, like en México tenían que decir like fucking peyote que it's like a cactus. En Perú ayahuasca. Thing is, como que I do believe que psychedelics como que tuvieron un impacto en lo que fue el desarrollo cognitivo de la especie humana.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, ¿verdad? Yendo a eso, what's your take on psychedelics?
I'm sober. I've never done drugs. Nothing. I only do fucking caffeine and nicotine. That's all.
Te cacho. Any particular reason?
I just think it has to do with just like.
Wait, ¿cómo grabando aquí?
Yeah. I just think it has to do with all the shit that I've seen and shit, and just like.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm happy it doesn't come from a righteousness position.
¿Cómo así? ¿Qué significa eso?
It doesn't come from a virtue signaling position. It doesn't come from like, oh, I'm better than you because I don't do drugs.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I didn't turn out that way. Era algo más como que automático. Fue como que, ¿verdad? No lo encontraba necesario. Y mi goal, en serio, mi goal era no tener que usar ni estimulantes, ni depresivos, ni psicodélicos. Pero eventualmente como que I just said fuck it, como que me toca soltar un poco.
Te entiendo.
Y eventualmente I know for a fact I'm either gonna just like start slowly getting into mushrooms and slowly getting into all this other shit, or I'm gonna say fuck that. I'm gonna like when I'm like 40, I'm gonna go crazy and do ayahuasca just straight.
Cabrón.
Como que sin haber, imagínate hacer ayahuasca sin haber like hecho shrooms primero.
That would be, eso sería el paralelo de como que irte a janguear y en vez de tomarte una medalla, que te den como que 10 filas de shots. Como que, and it's very, okay, it's
0 to 100, cabrón.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of fun.
Because like ayahuasca, cabrón, todo el mundo lo describe diferente, pero one of the most common things de ayahuasca es que you as a self, como que as an entity. ¿Qué pasó?
Cabrón, una iguana. Yo la voy a tumbar ahora mismo si la veo moverse. Ajá.
So, okay. Como que when you do ayahuasca, una de las cosas que más comúnmente reporta la gente que hace ayahuasca es que tú te separas de tu physical self.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine feeling that without previously having done anything related to psychedelics.
Okay, beautiful, insane segue right now. Super quick.
Uh-huh.
One time it did happen. I had an allergic reaction to something, and they pumped like 50 milligrams of Benadryl to the vein, and it felt like I was seeing myself in third person at the hospital. It was crazy.
Con Benadryl.
That's the closest I've ever been. Because you're supposed to knock out, but I wasn't sleeping. Me quedé despierto.
Crazy,
and this is the segue right now. Lucid dreaming and astral projection. That's the segue because it's
That's a good topic.
having that. I feel I've never done any psychedelics, but I wish I could talk to somebody who has done drugs and also has done lucid dreaming, because lucid dreaming, I can't be in a position, but I'm going to say it anyways. I know I might be wrong or right, but I'm pretty sure lucid dreaming is not comparable to drugs. Like, lucid dreaming is actually insane. Lucid dreaming, when I lucid dreamt, it was insane. Like, and I'm sad that I don't chase that anymore like I used to, but I'm pretty sure you can't compare lucid dreaming to any type of drug, because drugs are more like just like enhancements or visuals or like the feeling. It heightens your senses of feeling. But lucid dreaming, it's like, Brody, you want to fly, you're gonna fly.
Yeah.
Like, Brody, you want to like airbend, waterbend, you can do anything, bro. It's insane.
Yo pienso que son como que dos cosas que are like separate in themselves, como que no son cosas para compararse. Like, they could have similarities, pero no creo que it would be fair to use one as a metric to identify the other. Porque, see, psychedelics in themselves are like very fucking different. Porque si tú haces hongo, you're not gonna like see shit pop up que no están ahí. Nevertheless, if you were to do like ayahuasca or DMT, which is like the most potent psychedelic, tú cerraste tu ojo y te fuiste. Como que you're gonna feel de lo que la gente dice, never done it, ¿verdad? Pero DMT is as if tú estás como en this, ¿cómo se llama?
Sunken place.
Como
like you died. I've heard, like, yo tengo un pana que lo hizo y me dijo que él se sintió que murió y revivió. Porque él se sintió que habían pasado 3 días, pero cuando chequeó el teléfono eran más que como 3 minutos.
I mean, no me sorprendería que eso sea una realidad de alguien que hizo DMT, pero, ¿verdad? What I was going to es como un plano de existencia diferente, como un different realm o a different, like, reality, pero you're not doubting whether, like, lo cool es que toda la gente que hace DMT, they have a very firm belief que lo que ellos están sintiendo es real. It's not like a cause of, como que I'm seeing this por la droga, no, like I accessed this realm.
New DLC.
Exacto, como que llega un mapita nuevo. No es que estoy viendo cosas, like, como que...
De la manera... Okay, I'm glad that you spoke on that about achieving like a different dimension or
a different dimension or realm or reality, algo así.
My theory with that is that it's all the same reality. It is simply a different it's simply a different layer. Like an onion. I believe it's the same reality. I believe this is the timeline. I don't believe...
Like a different frequency?
Exacto. I don't believe in parallel universes. None of that. I don't believe in none of that shit. I believe it's all the same reality. And whenever we do drugs, whenever we lucid dream, whenever we just dream normally, whenever we astral project, we're simply achieving different layers of that same reality.
That's a really good theory. Y me gusta. I think I can attach to that theory. Pero, ¿verdad? I would still argue que como que astral projection should be like in a separate note. Like, nunca lo he hecho. Por eso, en verdad, como que I'm like reserving my opinions. Bueno, en verdad que no tanto, pero ajá. Como que I'm trying to like be very measurable as towards what I'm saying. Pero I do feel que what you can access with your body, como que like astral projection, or maybe like you, like, side note really quick, you can produce DMT naturally, which is like very fucking crazy. So como que I do feel que todas esas cosas are very different when it's exogenous, como que con una sustancia o algo por el estilo.
DMT is the chemical that you're feeling when you dream, no? Am I wrong for that?
Wow, no me sorprendería, en verdad. Pero I do know que DMT se produce no necesariamente en los sueños. O sea, no sé si en los sueños, but I do know for a fact que como gets produced when you have a near-death experience. I think when you're born. Exacto, when you're born and when you have a near-death experience. Como que you naturally produce DMT. And that would pretty much explain the people seeing their life in front of their eyes antes de morirse.
Sí, cabrón, because it's just like...
Yeah, como que... How the fuck would you explain that if not?
I couldn't find it. No, I couldn't find it.
Pero it's... I do know, like, en como que meditaciones bien cabronas, you can access DMT, que es like, okay, en verdad, ahora mismo estamos grabando con esta.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Pues como que, porque esta parte, like, I feel is very important. Esto ha sido uno de mis absolute truths. ¿Qué pasó?
Estaba en la cajetera, ¿dónde lo pongo?
Hacho, quédate con él.
Es que yo me voy.
Ah,
¿Lo pongo dentro de la casa de ella?
sí. He's not gonna shit or anything, ¿verdad? You're good.
Ajá.
Ok, pues... esto, like, obviamente, I do believe que esto is an absolute truth. Porque como que de momento no he tenido nada que pueda desafiarlo. ¿Cuál es ese truth? You can manipulate reality and life itself with sound, breath, movement, and touch. Como que you don't need necessarily mushrooms nor any exogenous thing. Como que tú puedes crear lo que sea with those 4 actions. I don't know if that's a correct way to... Pero yeah, como que you can fucking have close to... You can generate DMT con breath work y con meditation. So that's breath, I think sound también contaría ahí. Y meditation, breath, sound, movement, touch. Probably, bueno, meditation, yo no sé en qué cae de esas 4. Pero,
The absence of movement is still movement.
Me gusta esa. Pues yeah. You can fucking create anything con esas 4 cosas. I feel that's like una de las verdades que más me ha ayudado a mí a tener conciencia como que sobre cómo manejar el número de emociones, reality itself. Because like, I don't know if you've noticed, pero if you're pissed off, yet you have like, you take a really big diaphragmatic sigh, como que that literally te trae de vuelta.
Calms you down.
Yeah. Entonces como que that's just like a brief example de lo lejos que puede llegar como que the powers of breath.
As I'm breathing.
Yeah. Pero en verdad como que eso aplica para tantas cosas. Like, so humans hold trauma in their body. Y yo no sabía eso. Like, physical trauma can be held muchas veces en nuestra cadera, en ciertas partes de nuestro cuerpo. Y that's why movement is so important in moving that energy. Como que, because like trauma is stored up energy que you haven't processed or moved yet. So, ¿verdad? Como que movement, sound, touch. Que de hecho como que we can get into this like very in depth later, pero sex is a very powerful tool para manifestation. Porque then again you're applying touch, breath, sound, and movement como que all together más que... But yeah, como que you're just moving a lot of energy because like it's the energy of creation, which is like ¿verdad? What sex is.
That's what we was talking about when we first met.
That's true, man.
About, full circle. We was talking about las bolas azules, cabrón, las bolas hinchas, cabrón.
Yeah, and fucking how to manage correctly your sexual energies. Curiosamente, I've stumbled upon mucha información desde ese entonces about like sexual energies, because like, shit, cabrón, es como que it's, de nuevo, una de esas cosas que if only school was designed to actually teach us como que how to handle these stuff, en vez de como que like feed us brainless information. Pero ajá, como que we all have sexual energy. It's in our human nature. ¿Por qué? Porque like one of the most fundamental things que ha hecho el ser humano, además de comer, es chingar.
Damn, bars.
Yeah, como que...
You can pick it up.
¿Verdad? Entonces, es una de las cosas más like básicas que el ser humano hizo. Y but I do feel que... See, my take on it before was like, okay, if sexual energy is actual energy that you have inside of you and you can use as creative energy, then you need to bottle it up. You need to store it. Like, the more you have that sexual energy inside of you, like, the better you are as a whole.
You gotta transform that energy.
Pero, exacto. Entonces, how you transform that energy is, like, hay tantas tangentes. ¿Por qué?
So
Porque
hard, it's difficult.
it's very fucking hard. Like, sexual transmutation is a thing. I don't know if you've heard of that term.
No, never.
Sexual transmutation is when you use the sexual energy inside of you and you move that energy with breath, sound, movement, or touch. Y then again, como que, the most basic example would be sex, pero sexual transmutation típicamente se refieren a moving it with breath work, moving it with like movement, maybe como que free movement, like si yo empiezo a caminar por aquí,
Working out.
yeah, stuff like that. So, yo nunca había comprobado like whether or not como que eso era algo factible porque nunca me había salido, en verdad. Pero it takes like awareness of yourself, de tu cuerpo, de how you feel in the moment. Because like sexual transmutation can take the fucking, I don't know, 5 minutes hasta 2 horas or maybe more. Because like it all depends on how you are in that precise moment and how much energy you have bottled up.
For me, usually it's like 27 seconds. On a good day. But then again, time is relative, so. Segue! I'm gonna do a little thing. So, this is the final thoughts before we cut this off. How do you view time? I'm gonna give you 2 examples. So, time is the interactive podcast. We're gonna stand up right now. Okay. So, do you view time as, okay, first of all, let's put that into perspective. Do you view time as a line?
No.
Time is not linear.
Nope. Para nada.
Okay.
Definitivamente que no. Like, everything exists in this precise moment.
So you believe there's no past or no future, only the present?
I think it's a concept que como que nos da un marco de referencia para nuestra versión carnal, pero the human is spirit living a human experience y somos espíritu, conciencia y nuestra versión carnal. So then again, that perception of time de pasado, presente y futuro solamente aplica a nuestra versión carnal, no aplica a nuestra versión espiritual o nuestro alma.
Damn.
Because it's like, como que, you do need a calendar, porque como que that's how you're gonna know las estaciones del tiempo, that's how you're gonna like know,
the whole society as a whole has to come into accordance of this is the metric we're gonna use to...
Exacto. Pero, then again, that only applies para la narrativa de, we're humans who need to be on places on times, who need to match due dates, who need to do this, and that. Y eso de due dates y match times, eso es solamente una cosa que se nos inculcó a nuestra versión humana. Pero I don't believe que como que la existencia del ser humano actually has a due date. Como que I don't think that's...
Como que no rush.
I mean, es que como que how could you have a due date if time itself is not a thing? Como que I think time, como lo percibimos, nos lo han descrito de una manera que it's just very convenient para la realidad que tenemos ahora, que es una realidad donde tenemos que producir, donde tenemos que ser productivos, donde tenemos que match due dates. Pero if time were to be explained en lo que de verdad es que time doesn't actually exist, como lo percibimos, pues due dates no tendrían sentido.
There's no past, there's no future, there's only now.
Exacto, so exacto. Like, why would there be a due date if there is no past and future?
Okay, well then we just basically went through we went through what I was gonna try to ask you, but I guess it didn't. I guess we already jumped that, but hold the mic. So this is the interactive class you never had in school, retard. So this is you. Okay, and this is time. What do you believe in? Do you believe this is how the lapse of time works?
No.
Or do you believe this is how the lapse of time works?
What's the difference that I acabo de hacer?
Okay. Watch closely.
Mm-hmm.
This is you.
Mm-hmm.
This is time.
Mm-hmm. Or?
That's option 1, option A, option B.
Oh, got it. Got it. Huh.
What do you align with?
Holy shit.
That's if we consider time being linear, because we already debunked that we already know your perspective on that. But if we believe time is linear, or we can describe time with a line, which of those 2 applications would you believe in? Do you think
the second one?
Yeah.
The one that como que el palito
time moves through you don't move through time?
No, time's moved through us, porque como que we're nothing to time. Como que
It's the absolute truth, the absolute reality.
Como que
time don't give a fuck.
Exacto. Como que whether or not, como que Daniel existe en este mundo, el pajarito que se iba a parar ahí, se iba a parar ahí. So,
Then that opens up a different topic. I know we said we were going to end this, but...
No, actually, I want to, like...
Entropy.
Entropy, wow. La última vez que escuché eso fue en física, en como 11, pero... I wanna dive into that. But antes de acabar el podcast, I want to talk about something, like, really important. Should we talk about this now, or should we talk about entropy first?
No, cabrón. Zumba.
Okay, so todo está atado. Lo de cómo la escuela like, feeds our information y nos mantiene de una manera que la escuela como tal está propulsando que nosotros seamos de esta manera. No solamente la escuela, like, jobs, like, como que the government y how they feed us, which is la parte que quería llegar. How we're being fed es algo que para mí choca mucho. ¿Por qué? Porque like I'm very passionate about food.
Yeah.
Pero nadie es consciente de lo que come. Nadie es consciente de dónde vino lo que tú estás comiendo. Nadie es consciente de que what you put on your body will have a direct correlation to cómo tú te expresas en el mundo.
And how you feel.
How you feel, how long you will live, how
you express yourself.
Yeah, porque entonces como que but then again, ¿por qué this is a really good topic? Porque vamos a dive in the average life de an American guy living the American dream. Es como que fucking I graduated, 4 puntos, top of my class. I got a really good corporate job. I have this really fancy desk donde paso la mayoría de mi día, which, then again, eso también aporta the fact that you're sitting down all day.
Too stationary.
Yeah, really fucking stationary. Que la naturaleza del ser humano es que we're supposed to be like, we came out of monkeys. Y es como que, cabrón, you can't make a gorilla stay in una fucking como que reclinable chair like 8 hours because the monkey's gonna go crazy. Pero nosotros, since we have fucking Netflix and Pornhub y todas estas como que dopamine things, we're used to it, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Pero, no, sedentario, para después, since we spend the whole day and nosotros no nos promueven que caminemos, we're focused to buy a car and to like use that car to get to our homes. De nuevo, usamos ese carro y vamos a ir un fucking sentado. We're gonna go to a fucking fast food.
Para sentarnos a comer.
Yeah, or we're gonna even eat it in our car. Y es como que, cabrón,
viendo Netflix.
There's this whole, cabrón, literalmente ya un Tesla, tú puedes ver Netflix like right there. So it's like this whole vicious cycle que todo lo que va aportando desde cómo tú te comportas, lo que la gente te dice, how you think is very correlated to what you eat. Porque la gente no lo sabe, pero 90% de cómo tú like te expresas en este mundo has to do with your gut microbiome. Your gut microbiome is literally your second brain. It is literally como que comporta, toma control sobre mucho más de los comportamientos que nosotros pensamos. Nosotros pensamos, nosotros nos comemos este McDonald's y como que it's gonna be good because we're gonna shit it out 2 days later. No, cabrón. All the things dañinos de ese Big Mac is gonna stay in your gut microbiome y más aún, si te comes otro la semana que viene, you're feeding all this.
Hay gente que se lo come todos los días.
Yeah, hay gente que se lo come todos los días. Hay gente que fucking, like, they don't drink como que they don't drink water normally. Y como que they prefer drinking juice or Coca-Cola or anything else. Y en verdad,
I never understood this. How do people find Coca-Cola refreshing? I never found it refreshing.
En verdad, it's very fucking sweet. And it's never gonna quench la palabra. Quench your thirst. Never. So en verdad, I do believe que la razón por la cual Coca-Cola is very fucking addictive. Propaganda is a huge factor, pero
it doesn't quench your thirst. So why do people think it quenches your thirst? Propaganda.
When you think casi todos los aspectos en donde nos sirven Coca-Cola is with junk food, and junk food is mainly fat and carbs and fat go really well with sugar. So therefore, como que if you give a kid la opción de eat a piece of pizza with water or with a Coca-Cola, he's naturally going to be more inclined to eat it with Coca-Cola because the brain likes to have sugars with fats and carbs.
Plus propaganda. Because then people start doing that because people are telling you to do that. And then it keeps going. Because I remember I would go skate and then I would go buy a pizza and I would always get my pizza with water. And everybody would be like, tú estás con una pizza con Coca-Cola, esa es la que es. And I'm just no, I just want water. And then I just, as I kept going, I was like, oh, wait, it actually this is what it means. It's all
Cabrón.
propaganda.
¿Cuál es el último anuncio en el cine antes de que empiece la película?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. It's
Coca-Cola.
right there. Y si te fijas, todos los anuncios de Coca-Cola nunca son de la puñetera botella de Coca-Cola. Son todo un made-up movie, como que, this friend group que fue para la playa and they were all like, como que llevándose estas Coca-Cola. They were so tasty and they had an amazing time porque todo estaba centrado alrededor de Coca-Cola. Pero it's just a drink, man. It's not like lo de la playa, todo eso. It's like exogenous al producto.
Exacto. They're selling you an idea.
Exacto. Entonces,
All right, it's just audio now. All right, guys, it's just audio. That camera stopped recording.
it's good, man.
Hello, guys.
¿Por qué lo de la alimentación es tan importante? ¿Por qué? Porque it serves que nosotros seamos un fucking slave del sistema más aún. Why? Porque if your brain is so wired a que en vez de alimentarse con cosas que fomenten tu... Si tú, ¿verdad? Como que comes cosas que no fomentan tu bienestar como ser humano, you're never gonna go out of yourself para poder buscar contestaciones. You're always gonna do what's most comfortable porque you're already lacking. Entonces, when you're lacking, if you're tired, you're not gonna, ¿verdad?
Toma.
I'm halfway through.
Oh, you're gonna...
Dura.
He changed the SD card.
Okay, so if you're tired, if you're lacking, if you're uncomfortable, tú no vas a dar la milla extra por preguntarte las cosas. You're gonna do what's most comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Entonces, then again, that's the cycle. That's the cycle.
Funny.
¿Verdad? Como que you're not gonna do anything different. Por consecuente, nunca vas a desarrollar nada dentro de ti como ser humano. Nunca vas a encontrar ningún crecimiento. ¿Por qué? Porque you're always doing what's comfortable. Porque we're inclined to do what's comfortable. Porque si te fijas desde todos los aspectos, we're sitting down at work, we don't walk, we eat junk food, y we're in this vicious cycle que cada paso del cycle reinforces the next step in the cycle. So, como que la alimentación. It's like one of the things que I really want to talk about the most porque la gente no sabe el daño que se está haciendo when they're fucking eating something that they don't know where it came from. Entonces, esto no solamente es McDonald's. Esto es ir al supermercado. Si tú vas a Pueblo and you're fucking buying things with like GMOs and you're fucking buying pollos con un montón de antibióticos, ¿sabes? Como que cabrón, you're gonna go nowhere porque literalmente estás comiendo algo que cuando el mundo se creó no estaba como se creó en ese momento. It's like very fucking modified. Did you know a chicken? Un pollo, cuando el universo se creó, ¿verdad? Cuando la existencia del pollo primero estaba, un pollo was the size of a pigeon. Pero now, like, it's so modified que they're like all bulked up y fluffy, como que they have all this meat.
Para el rendimiento.
Para el rendimiento. Did you know, los cerdos, they did not exist en la creación de los animales. Cerdo, like pigs, are genetically modified hogs without the hair and the tusks. Nobody knows this. Entonces estamos comiendo cosas que desde el origen son genéticamente modificadas, que obviamente nos van a afectar un montón. ¿Por qué? Porque el 90% de quienes nosotros somos depende de nuestro gut microbiome, y si nosotros estamos alimentando cosas que ya están de por sí jodidas desde exterior, nuestro gut microbiome va a estar all irregulated, y por eso hay tantas enfermedades que then again they want us sick, porque it's like...
They sell the cure.
Yeah. And they don't,
The
they don't
shitty cure.
Exacto. They sell the Band-Aid. They don't sell the cure because like the cure would be removing the source. The source would be removing junk food.
They want you sick so they can sell healthcare.
Exacto. So it's like this vicious system que no solamente va desde principalmente en lo que tú comes, pero también va en como que cómo tú percibes la vida, which then again estamos atados a lo que estábamos hablando al principio de school, que como que te hace percibir la vida de una manera bien limitante, y es como que it all ties up, man. It all ties up para que tú seas un ser humano bien controlable.
Yeah, controlable, because they want to make you like so easily malleable.
Yeah.
To the point where they will like they will offend you, or they will like fuck you up, and you won't even notice it, and or if you notice it, you won't even have the fight in you to go against it. Why do you think they're pushing for electric cars? So they can control your car remotely. That's the whole reason, bro. And the whole that's one reason. Second reason, there's a lot of money in electric vehicles. The gas and oil industry is super big. However, they can sell you an electric car at a premium because they're saying it saves the earth. But think about an electric car battery. Think about all the like
como que
artisanal African miners literally getting all this fucking lithium. First of all. Second of all, recycling the fucking car battery. Basically impossible. It's insane.
Cabrón,
it's insane.
Te están vendiendo the fact that it's healthy when it's really not. Como
It's
que
horrible
healthy.
for the earth.
Exacto. Which is the same as like when people like ahora mismo, I hate when this fucking happens. Que como que okay, it's the same with food because they try to sell you the organic or they try to sell
non-GMO.
you like non-GMO. It's the same bullshit, cabrón.
Yeah.
Es como
They switch out the chemicals to
Yeah.
something probably worse.
Do you know, like, como que when you're buying eggs, the only reliable source of information que la caja te puede decir para decir la calidad del huevo is if they're pasture raised. Pasture raised is the only identification para un huevo que te puede decir if it's a free, como que un huevo que corrió por ahí.
Cage free, yeah.
Yeah, no, like cage free is actually a scam. Porque cage free, todo lo que te está diciendo es que
Le ponen vela.
it's not in a cage, but it's still in a coop donde hay millones de pollos uno encima de otro, where there's like dead chicken, que literalmente they like stomp upon dead chicken and bacteria all upon that y de ahí salen los huevos. They're not in a cage, but they're still in like a big ass house, todo metido. A pasture raised es que corre por aquí silvestre y como que come gusano. Y ajá, like, it's all these terms que la gente se cree, oh, I'm buying organic eggs, I must be healthy. No, cabrón. Como que you're fucking doing the same thing and paying $1 extra, so you're thinking you're doing something different.
Make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Pero exacto.
Do you think eggs should be refrigerated?
I
I think they put something in that bitch. I don't think eggs should be refrigerated. But now they're like forcing you to refrigerate them. Think about eggs back then.
No, like I don't think they should be refrigerated. I think they will last longer, but I think they'll last a good time in the.
They're putting something in them.
Sí.
It has to be, bro.
Pero algo que se mantiene con el frío.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're doing something to them. Think about it like this. Think about like fruit. Most fruit has like seeds inside them.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does like my tangerine not have a fucking seed in it?
This is genetically modified. Genetically modified. But, cabrón, that's another thing. Living is fucking free, man.
Yeah, existing.
Living is fucking free, pero nadie se atreve ni siquiera a pensar de esa manera.
Yeah.
If you kind of think about it, lo que tú dijiste ahora mismo, if you fucking buy a fruit, you're supposed to have a seed inside of it.
Yeah.
Which if you have terreno, you can fucking plant
Plant
that
the
seed
seed
and have a bunch more fruit. So therefore, living would be free. ¿Por qué? Porque ya la misma cosa que tú estás comprando.
No tienes que depender del supermercado.
No tienes que depender. Do you know supermarkets were invented in 1946? ¿Qué carajo hizo la gente antes de 1946, cabrón? Did they not eat? Did they not eat, cabrón? No, cabrón. People like farm.
It was very community based también.
Exacto.
Que era como que tú tenías el ganadero.
Yeah.
Y ese era tu homie, cabrón. Y tú ibas para allá y le comprabas de lo suyo.
Y tú tenías el de la fruta y el de la fruta le daba un poquito al ganadero y el ganadero le daba como que. And that's. ¿Y por qué? Okay. Esta otra parte muy importante. The government doesn't want us to work as a team. The government doesn't want us
Divide and conquer.
They want us to be separate, because separate. Si yo contigo ahora mismo, estamos haciendo algo que para el gobierno sería bien horrendoso, y es que estamos compartiendo ideas. Para el gobierno compartir ideas es algo bien malo. ¿Por qué? Porque si tú no compartes ideas conmigo, yo te puedo informar tu idea y te puedo hacer que tus ideas realmente sean mi idea. So then again, todo está atado. Food, todo está atado en el hecho de que como que if we were to follow the system of nature, que es que nos ayudemos como especie y nos demos cuenta que there's another topic, we are all one, como que si nos ayudamos como siendo todo una parte de esta existencia del planeta Tierra, we would thrive so much better que yendo a un supermercado y following in the way donde solamente benefician a las personas haciendo chavo.
Yeah. That was a wonderful conversation. What's your name?
Daniel Sepulveda.
What's the Instagram?
Chef Daniel.Sepulveda.
Let's go. Thank you for coming out here.
Muy, muy, muy agradecido del espacio para rant sobre cómo...
Nah, we could have if we could have live streamed this and keep going for 5 hours, I would have done it.
No, 100%. We still como que se nos faltó la tangente que tú querías hablar al final.
Entropía.
Entropía. Pero hay que saber.
No, la vamos a hablar pero ahorita no lo vamos a grabar, papi, lo vamos a hablar.
Fuck yeah.
Alright.
Qué duro, cabrón. Qué duro, like.